thought I was decent. I've been told I'm kind of cute. I thought I was a nugget. Bruh. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Korea Unfiltered. We're trying to keep the energy up because today's apparently not the day to be recording. I don't know what's going on, guys. But introducing today's guest, Isafe! Woo! Girl. Okay. I hope it doesn't do it again.
For the third time.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, so my name is Isabel and I'm from Toronto, Canada, and I'm currently an English teacher.
Mm-hmm. And we were right before we were rudely interrupted. We were talking about how you first came to Korea. How did you first come to Korea?
Also, the first time, if I go back to the very, very, very first time, I came as for vacation.
Oh,
the very first time, which is vacation.
What year was this?
That was 2018. So it was like May 2018.
Uh-huh.
And then when I did the exchange student, it was September 2018.
Oh, okay. So did you come in May to see how it is and then decide if you want to come?
Basically.
Did you come with your family or something? Or just
I came with one other friend.
Okay. Yeah. And you saw Korea and I guess you were like,
yeah, I'm going back for sure. The 2 weeks, I was like, it's not enough. The 2 weeks, it's not enough. No.
2 weeks is really not enough.
It's not enough.
How did you feel in those 2 weeks? Like what made you go, yeah, I'm definitely going to come back and study abroad?
Honestly, those first 2 weeks, it was my first time feeling like a minority in a country. So actually it was hard, to be honest.
Yeah.
The first few days, because I came with a friend, but she came the next day after me.
Yeah.
Because we took
you
separate
had a full
flights.
day by yourself.
Yeah, a full day by myself.
Okay.
So I was just like, I actually stand out in this country, which I did not think I would feel like.
Yeah.
So I actually did not go outside when I was by myself. Not even downstairs to the Starbucks or anything.
Is it an anxiety thing, a social anxiety thing?
Honestly, I've never had that before, a social anxiety thing. Honestly, because Canada is the same thing as the US. There's very diverse, different type of people. But it was, the first time feeling like I stand out. I don't fit in.
I came in 2014 the first time. Black folk were not a thing out here. So I can imagine 2018. I was also here during... I studied abroad in 2018 also, so I was also here. But that's so interesting hearing that, because does Canada not have racists? I don't want to get clocked by YouTube. Racists. YouTube might clock me.
Okay, so we're saying racists.
Racists. Okay. Do you guys not have those over there?
We do, but I've never experienced it.
Okay, you've never felt it.
I've never felt it.
Oh,
maybe someone has done it, but I've never felt it.
Oh, so you've always felt like a part of the community.
Always.
You've never felt outside of the community. Then you came
each
to
to their own experience. I'm not saying
somebody's about to be in the comments.
Yeah,
I have.
Each to their own experience. I just never have.
Never felt it. Yeah. Okay, and then you came to Korea, and was it a bad feeling, or was it just a abnormal feeling where you were
it was abnormal. I wouldn't say a bad feeling, but it was just abnormal.
Could you read the stares? Were you it's a good type of stare, or are you why are they staring?
Honestly, at that point, I wasn't trying to differentiate between good or bad. It was just they're staring at me, and I've never been stared at ever in my life.
Because it's what's the point of staring at me?
Yeah, why is everyone staring at me?
Girl, the staring.
Listen, the staring, especially the older generation, is just...
And they don't break eye contact.
They don't care.
They're just they're just going to stare.
Yeah.
And then your friend came, and what changed in that one day that made you want to come back, even with you standing out so much?
Honestly, maybe because... she's also black, so we will stand out.
Oh, yeah. And when it's two black people, we don't care.
Yeah. I was just
stare all you want. Yeah, stare all you want. Have fun. But when it's just you by yourself, for sure, it's
sure.
a weird, feeling. You know what I mean? Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I got used to it. And then, honestly, it was just afterwards, when I actually was trying to... how can I say it? I was trying to basically read the room, whether they're trying to give me nasty stares or were they good stares. And it was just honestly, it was stares out of curiosity. Just kind of I've never seen a black person before. Oh, this is rare.
Yeah.
So then it was just okay. I'm a bit more comfortable now because at least they're not like looking me up and down like, why, what are you doing in my country?
Yeah.
Kind of stare. But yeah, afterwards I got used to it and I'm like, okay, it's not bad. It's not as bad.
It's not as bad.
It's not as bad.
And then what did you experience in those 2 weeks? Was it just like a lot of shopping, a lot of exploring? Like what were you
a lot of
experiencing?
clubbing. A lot of clubbing.
Facts.
The first place we hit was Busan first. So we went straight, like off the flight, I went straight to Busan first.
Why?
Just because the way back home was Incheon airport. So I'm like, we have to go to
so
Seoul
you were
anyways.
Like, okay,
yeah, so
you
just
went
like,
around.
I went around.
Okay, because I was like, how do you just get in Seoul, skip Seoul, and go to Busan? That's so random.
Oh.
Okay, so I bet even the steering was more in Busan.
Yeah,
because
yes,
Black people are even more rare.
yes,
back then.
I think that's what it is. In Busan, the stairs were like,
they're more elevated for sure.
Yes,
for sure. Okay,
and then I came to Seoul, and I'm like, I think that's when I was like, I was more comfortable
because there are more foreigners.
More
here.
foreigners. Yeah.
See that you should have started by saying you went to Busan.
Sorry.
First. This conversation would have made more sense if you said Busan first. And you said you went clubbing in Busan too?
Yeah.
How was that? I've never been clubbing in Busan.
Honestly, it was back then. I don't know how it is now, but back then it was not a thing.
Oh.
It was more like Thursday party.
That's the only one I've been to, yeah.
Went to a club, but it was like there was almost nobody there. Like me and my friend, like the music was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
So we're expecting people to be there.
Right.
We go down there and there's only maybe like 2 other people there. And we're just kind of like, you know
what?
Yeah.
Was it
I
like
don't
not
know.
a Saturday? Or
It was a Saturday. I don't know what club it was. I cannot even remember the area anymore.
Maybe they got clocked for like underage drinking the week before, and you're kind of like, wow, this is so good. The cops are just there lurking like. Oh no, I just made that story up. Sorry, guys. But that's so interesting. That on a Saturday they have nobody in there.
Yeah, nobody.
Interesting. So
like they came afterwards, but it wasn't like a packed kind of club like it would be in Seoul. But it was.
Was it hip hop?
It was hip hop.
Maybe back then they were still like really into EDM because Koreans are really into EDM clubs. Yeah.
Oh.
Even though Busan, I don't even know if they have any EDM clubs.
Yeah.
Okay, so you went to Busan and then you came to Seoul. And what else did you experience that made you want to come back? Because clubbing can't be the only reason.
No, clubbing was not the only reason. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the food and the people. Honestly, the people were kinder than I thought.
Yeah.
Because I had my own image of what would happen.
I'm pretty sure you were probably watching YouTube videos and you were like, oh my God, Koreans are terrible.
Yes.
And you came in and you're like, everybody's so nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally. I was waiting for like, you know, the racism to start.
The racism. The racism.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna start saying racism like that now. I'm not trying to get clocked by YouTube. You also did say you watched my YouTube before, so I hope I didn't give you any fear before you were coming.
Honestly,
because I don't even know what type of videos I was making back then. I think it was just student videos. I don't know what I was doing back then.
I can't remember as much.
Yeah.
But honestly, no, not for me.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like it's important for people to do like YouTube research before coming to Korea, or do you think it's like do research but don't take it too seriously? Like what
I would say do your research, but then again, everyone has their own experience. Like, you know what I mean? Like someone can go off on YouTube and be like, these people are racist and this and that. And then you come here and you don't experience that.
Right.
So it's like, do your research, but honestly, don't take it to heart. Like it's not your experience at the end of the day. Like we each have our own experience.
So you came as a visitor, you came back as a study abroad student. How was that experience?
Honestly, I loved it. That's what made me come back this 3rd time.
To teach now.
And to actually live here.
Okay. So what are some significant differences from being here as a student to now living here as a full-grown adult?
Honestly, being here as a student, you're kind of like, honestly, it's just about the party. Like, honestly, that period is just vibing.
It's just vibes. When you're a student in Korea, vibes.
Yes, vibes. Everything's good. Everything's bliss.
You don't care. You're just living your life. Like, rents who? Like, you just don't care. Yeah, and then when you're an adult now, like, what are some?
Oh, an adult now, like, that clubbing life. Like, first of all, that party life just kind of comes to an end almost. Like, I don't really party as much as I used to. And then, you know, you start thinking of like money wise, how am I paying this? The utility bills. Of course, it's cheaper than back home. Yeah, but it's still like, okay, I can't be seeing my friends every weekend now and staying out till like 6, 7 a.m. until the sun rises. Like, you know what I mean?
That doesn't work anymore. Oh, no.
So you just actually feel like you're adulting.
I remember when I used to stay out till like 7 a.m. just
the
clubbing.
sun is outside and you're going home in your club clothes and people are going to work.
Yes. You're like at that toast truck eating the toast and people are going to work and you're like, I haven't even gone home yet, guys. As an adult, that's mad.
That's crazy.
That's
Excuse
mental.
me?
Like, no.
Now I'm like past almost 12 a.m. I start to feel tired already. I'm like,
Bro,
I'm
for
getting
me,
old.
clubbing, 2 a.m. hits, I'm like Cinderella. I gotta go.
I'm
like, yeah, where's the door? I can't be out here. But it's just so much fun when you're a student. That's why I'm always like, if you're a student, please, and you drink it when I don't know. I don't know what y'all do, but definitely try to experience clubbing in Korea.
Yes, for sure.
It's so fun. Like when you're an adult, it's not the same for sure.
And it's safer.
It's definitely.
Also
because
in my perspective.
Well, depends on where you're going.
I guess. At least there's no like shootings and stabbings. That's what I mean by safer.
Facts.
Like like the mans that try to come you, just move. Just you can. At least I can just move that.
Yeah, it is safer in that aspect. Like,
Yeah.
nobody's shooting or stabbing anybody in the club here. But yeah, and also as a student, I feel like you're so carefree.
Yeah.
That like you really don't be caring about nothing that's going
you don't
on.
care.
Yeah.
No.
When you're an adult, that's when you actually start being like, oh, I need to protect my life. Like,
yes, literally.
it's crazy out here. So you start
Literally.
noticing the crazies. I feel
Yes.
like. Is there any like other significant difference you feel like you now feel from being a student to being now an adult? Or do you feel like you've just lived here for so long now everything is like everything is just mashed?
Everything's just mashed. Like
Yeah.
I can't really think of any other significant differences. Oh no, I can't really think of any, to be honest.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I just asked to see if there was anything else because I can't think of anything too.
Yeah.
So I've been here for 6 years now, which is a really long time. But so you've now consecutively lived here for 3 years, right? In those 3 years, what have been some difficulties that you think you faced?
Some of the difficulties. Honestly, I wouldn't really say that it was a hardship.
Yeah.
But I would say like friends wise, like the ones that want you as that trophy friend and the ones that actually want to be your friend.
Yeah. The ones who want you as a black friend.
The one that actually the black friend to show off to their Korean friends, like, oh yeah, I have that black friend.
I have a black friend.
Yeah, you have to know which ones are using you and which ones aren't, honestly, because it's a thing.
Oh, well,
it's a thing.
Girl, yes. And when you're young and you're a kid, you don't really realize that it's a thing.
No.
But again, when you start living in Korea for a long period of time, you start realizing, oh, you just see me as your black friend.
Yes.
You don't see me as your friend.
Literally. Like, you're not hitting me up one-on-one to hang out one-on-one, but you're hitting me up with your other Korean friends and try to put your arm around my shoulders and be like, yeah, this is my friend. I don't know.
Not even my friend. This is my 외국인 친구.
Yes.
This is not my 친구. It's my 외국인 친구.
외국인 친구.
Yeah. And I always wondered if that's just like, because you're Canadian and I'm American, right? And in America, I would never have like Korean friend and go to my family and be like, hi mom, this is my Korean friend. I would just say, hey mom, this is my friend.
Literally.
Right? But in Korea, it's so common for Koreans to just be like, this is my black friend. This is my white friend. This is my da-da-da friend. And I'm just like, is it a cultural difference or is it literally you're just not a good friend?
Honestly, I would feel like literally you're just not a good friend because do you be like, hey, this is my Japanese friend, my Chinese friend? Like, I feel like, I don't think they do that, right? So it's like, this is my black friend. Like, what is that?
It's
like, is there a difference between like a friend and a black friend? Like, is there like a line somewhere where we're like, damn.
It's my Negro friend. Like, what does that have to do with the sentence? Sounds a little racist if you ask me. Slightly racist.
This is my white friend too.
I've actually Peggy.
That's
true. I've never heard Peggy 친구.
Oh, I've never heard of Peggy.
I just hear 외국인 친구. I guess umbrella term.
Like an umbrella.
But 흑인 친구, I do hear that a lot more.
Yes,
I do hear that a lot more, especially when it's like a person who likes hip hop.
Oh,
they will enunciate the 흑인. They will make sure they say 흑인 친구. Like this.
I'm gonna cry.
They will enunciate the hell out of that black. When they like hip hop, oh Jesus!
It comes from the throat.
They start tanning a little bit more than they should. Like they start comparing the skin color with you. Like, bro, they will enunciate the Hugin part when they like hip hop. That is it is really weird, and I've never really like. Because I also like you. Do you have any friends who are like that right now? Who like call you their black friend?
No.
Okay, because even the friends that I have right now who are Korean, they don't call me their black friend. Yeah.
No.
Like I've never heard them introduce me as, oh, this is my 외국인 친구 or this is my 흑인 친구. They just say, oh, this is my friend Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I heard that, I think I'd be like, we'll talk later.
Like,
we'll talk later.
Let me catch you later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna catch you later.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's such a strange thing. How have you like started what is it? Deciphering if this person is your real friend and if this person is not your real friend, Korean specifically.
Honestly, it's the ones that the Korean culture. I was going to speak Korean. Whoops.
Yeah, you were definitely not speak Korean because I was like, girl,
Now I buffer in Korean.
it'd be like that then. It'd be like that. I can't even blame you. No, for sure.
The ones that say, let's go eat one day, and then they never.
Girl, I'd be
hit
like,
you up.
yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
I'm never hitting you up again for sure.
Never hit you up.
They'll never hit you up.
After that.
Even when they go like, oh, let's have coffee one day.
Yeah. See, I used to take that seriously. So I'm kind of the person where it's like, if we make plans, I catch
you
a date.
think about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like, okay, what day? On the weekend, next
Yeah.
weekend, this and that. No.
They don't mean it. They don't mean it. I was literally just talking to my Korean friend about this, and he was like, I don't even know why Koreans do that, because he also notices that Koreans do that, and it's just like, why be fake?
Yeah.
Just tell me. Oh, I'll see you when I see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We'll catch each other when we catch each other. But yeah, that's weird. And then how have you made Korean friends now?
Honestly, the friends that I have now, most of them were friends that I had back in 2018 when I first came to Korea.
Yeah.
So I was, thank God I met good people.
Yeah.
And so we've carried on till now. And then other friends that I have, I either met them through like the teacher's orientation coming from Epic, or some of them, from clubbing too, and like they became actual friends. Like you'll have those rare ones. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, some clubbing friends will become your forever friends. Yeah, especially as a student, when you club as a student. Yeah, I think because you're just so carefree, you're just like, I'll make friends in the club.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Or I attend church now.
Oh!
So, well, I won't say now, but I found a good church.
Girl, I've been here 6 years. I still haven't found a good church.
Listen, I was like, thank you. They blessed me with a nice church community. And I'm telling you, blessed.
Wow. This is not in Seoul though, right?
This is not in Seoul. It's in Sejong.
Maybe I just need to leave Seoul then, because I can never find a good church in Seoul. It's so hard. Okay, so now that you attend church,
I made like church friends. I want to say friends because they're actually my friends now.
Yeah.
But because of that community, honestly, being around like-minded people, I feel like it's so important nowadays. I feel the importance of that.
Very. Especially when you're dating too.
Yes.
Girl, you want to be with somebody who's like-minded for sure. How is the church community here?
Honestly, I can't speak for other churches.
Of course.
But the church I attend, every time they see me, they're always just like, oh my God, hi.
Yeah.
And I don't go to an English service. I actually attend a Korean service. Yeah. So honestly, every time they see me, they're just like, wow, like the fact that you even attend this one, they're like just amazed. Yeah, you're trying. And I love the pastor. It's a pastor, right? Sometimes, because I went from being Catholic to Christian, so sometimes I'm just like, what's the terms?
Yeah, it would be pastor in Christianity. Yeah.
So like the way he preaches, like, because I attend like the youth service.
Oh, okay.
So the way he teaches, it's like he correlates it to our lives too. So he teaches in a funny way, more like a humorous way.
Not like in a I'm gonna fall asleep type of way.
Not in a fall asleep type of way.
Oh, that's so good. I love church services that make it exciting to learn about God. You know what I mean? I just want to be hyped up when I'm in church.
Literally.
Yeah. And some churches you go and you're just so tired by the end. You're just like, I feel like God is ignoring this church. I don't know about y'all. Like, God's not in here. I'm so sorry. You skipped over here today. It was like, Jesus, you're just so bored. I'm saying this as a Christian, and I'm a very devout Christian, but I do not like boring church services.
I know what you mean. Especially like Catholic churches where they're just...
You're not gonna catch me in there.
I'm gonna stop.
I wish I could like find a black church in Korea. Like black churches are just so much fun. They're so fun. Oh my God. It's more singing too.
Yes, the singing.
And the dancing, and the Holy Spirit is in
stomping,
there.
stomp the yard, like everyone's
speaking in tongues and whatnot. The Holy Spirit is for sure in there. For sure. But some other churches, I just be like, I'm not sure about y'all.
Yeah, no.
Look at me being judgmental.
Not walking in there.
You just gotta stay out. I hope I find a good church someday, but I feel like I'm just scared in Seoul because a lot of them tend to be cults. And I would never want to be sucked into a cult. It's like actually scary.
You see, I almost had a cult experience. Like I befriended a Shincheonji Ajuma. me thinking like she was just being nice to me because we took the same, it was my first year in Korea.
Yeah.
We took the same bus for a whole year.
Yeah. Oh wow.
A whole year.
Yeah.
And she knew the kindergarten teacher at my elementary school.
Okay.
So I'm just thinking, oh, this lady is so nice. Like she always talks to me and stuff like that. And then one day we started to get closer.
Yeah.
And then what's it called? She brought me to like a cafe, and then she brought like another young friend. I think she was my age. And then they started talking about church. And I'm like, okay, like that's fine.
Yeah.
And then she mentioned a church. And I just feel like I've heard that somewhere.
What have I heard this church
that
before?
somewhere.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh yeah, do you want to listen in? Like there's actually a service happening right now. So they literally just prompted their phone on the table and give me earphones. And I only just sitting there for like an hour just listening to the service. But I'm just like, this does not feel right.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Does not feel right. And afterwards I tried to distance myself.
Yeah.
But there was a time where it was winter.
Yeah.
And I told her like I needed a jacket. Like I was thinking of just getting myself a jacket. And she's like, okay, yeah, let's just go after school and like look for a jacket.
Yeah.
She bought me the jacket.
Oh my God.
80,000 won.
And she was just like, here, have it.
Yeah. I was like, at first
No,
no, it's like, hey, like I can get my own. But she literally just bought me the jacket. And then after that, I didn't talk to her. So I still have the jacket.
Thanks for the jacket.
Thank you. But honestly, I was just like, no. Like I think I told my Korean friend, she's like, distance yourself.
Yeah.
From her.
Because they're known to be like a very like,
Yeah.
just watch the Netflix series, guys, if you don't know what church we're talking about.
Yes.
But yeah, that has, even the Netflix documentary about cults in Korea has turned me off so much to churches.
All that JMS.
Because because they have normal looking churches. Like they don't say they're JMS until you're like really in it. Right?
Yes.
So they'll have a normal little church. You're like, oh, it's only 10 people. What can happen in this 10 people church? And then you realize they're actually connected to the bigger church, which is JMS or Shinjong.
Yeah.
I don't know that church. So like it's made me so scared because I'm like, you just never know. And these cults are huge in Korea.
Which is honestly why when the church I'm at right now, I was skeptical. I'm losing my English.
Skeptical. It's okay. My English is trash too. Anybody who watches my podcast knows me in English.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was skeptical about it because I heard it from one of my Korean friends.
Yeah.
And like she knows that I'm Christian too, so she'll just mention like, oh, come to my church, come to my church.
Yeah.
And after the Shincheonji experience, I'm just kind of like, oh, this girl's trying to get me into a cult. Like again.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
Jesus.
But then what's it called? They had this event where you can bring like family and friends, and so I went to the event. It's called like family worship. So I went to the event and it was just kind of like, let me just feel it out. And it was a normal church, and I loved it.
Okay, yeah.
So it's definitely, it does not give cult vibes at all.
Yeah.
There's no like hierarchy.
Yeah.
So it's I like.
They're
it.
not
I love
telling you
it.
to like clean the pastor's feet.
No.
It's freaking weird. That documentary, I was just like,
I said, First of all, I was questioning the people that attended. I'm like, how do you attend that church and not know that something's off?
I think it's like they really prey on the mentally weak. Because when you're going through something rough, you just want somebody to lead you in the right direction. And then comes this person buying you an 80,000 won jacket. You'll be like, hey, you a good person, innit? So you follow them to church. And then they start talking about take your clothes off. And now you're like, excuse me? By the way, this is not funny.
It's not. It's really
It's not funny. But you just gotta laugh sometimes. I'm sorry,
Laugh
guys.
at
Sometimes you gotta laugh because that documentary was disgusting. It's freaking disgusting. But since watching that, I've been like very turned off. I've also had friends who were in Korea who had joined this church, and like they were really friendly at first, like super friendly. They'll be like, oh my God, we'll buy you this, because they were students at the time and they didn't have a lot of money. So the pastor was like, oh, we'll help you with getting clothes, getting food, like like charity.
Oh, that
basically.
sounds nice.
Yeah. And then 2 years down the line, now they're being made to wash the church. Gotta clean this, gotta clean that. And now they were living in a place, but the pastor made them move into his church, but the room, no AC, no heating. Like they'll have like really crusty looking blankets. So these experiences have made me so turned off to church, because it's like they act so fake. They're like so nice, and then the more you get sucked in, the more they're just like, Now you believe us. And then they just treat you like trash. Like I heard that experience and I was like, wow. Really? Like I hope those people who experience this someday come on the podcast and tell it with their own mouths. But that story had my jaw on the floor.
I'm actually shocked.
Yeah. I was like, how do you just put somebody in a little room and make them like it's a slave, basically? That's what it is. And they were black to make it worse.
And to prevent you from escaping, right? From leaving.
Because they're giving them free food. They're like, oh, we'll treat you well. We'll pray for you, blase, blase. But their room looks like a little closet. And it's 2 people living there with no heating or cooling. Apart from that, have you experienced any other significant difficulties?
Significant difficulties. This has nothing to do with, the culture, Korean culture affecting me. But 2 years ago, like the whole Halloween tragedy.
Oh, okay.
I was there, and I once and not when I say I was there, it wasn't just like I was in Itaewon. It happened in front of me.
Oh my god!
Like I was in. Am I allowed to say the bar's name? It's next to Fountain. If you know where Fountain is.
I know where Fountain is. Yeah.
So I was there, and it was because they have a huge glass window, right? Yeah. And I can just see like people carrying them, trying to reset. Like,
see, I can't see that type of stuff.
I saw everything. Like, we're just looking at it in like, like what is happening right now?
Oh my
goodness! Like just staring at it. The medics, even like the bar people, they're outside holding people, like are carrying people and like resuscitating them. And when they were like evacuating, people, I think they evacuated people maybe after like 30 minutes.
They took long.
Yeah, they took long.
Very
long. So when they're evacuating people to the right side, they were just lining up the bodies.
See,
and
I
that
can't.
like...
And they were just putting a sheet, and sometimes there was just no sheet.
Yeah,
right?
sometimes there was no sheet. So even just seeing that, I can't even explain words. I felt like traumatized.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, and like that time, like there was no service. Like people were trying to call, people were trying to, like you couldn't do anything at all. So that definitely was hard for me for like 2 weeks.
I literally saw videos on TikTok and it was hard for me. So I can only imagine what you went through seeing that in real life. Oh my God. And being able to put faces into the...
Yes.
How did you get out of that? Because can you even sleep in those 2 weeks? I don't even
Honestly,
know.
those 2 weeks, it was even hard to sleep. Even going to school, I think I told my co-teacher at one time and she's like, honestly, take a few days off. Just stay home.
Yeah.
And there was one time when I came back from the few days off, there was one kid, like a 5th grader at that time, and he was like making a joke out of it, like the whole thing. And that like triggered me, but it was just I can't yell at this kid, obviously, but I told him like just a serious tone, like in Korean, because I'm like, this is not going to come out right in English. So I just told him like, it's not appropriate to do that. Like, you can't joke about that. So, but that was just, it was hard for...
Have you been able to go back to Itaewon?
Yes, I've been good to go back to Itaewon, but now I'm just kind of like, I don't think I can spend Halloween. Like even last year, I did not spend it. I'm just like, I don't think I can. Like every time around that period comes, like Halloween period comes, it just hits me, and I'm just like, I don't want to go outside anymore.
My God. It just looked like a horror story. I remember seeing it on TV, and it was just like, how did they allow that to happen?
How?
It was freaking crazy.
How? Honestly. And what's funny is when we were there was a time where these 2 cops, they're running across, like they ran through to go to the outside. I'm just like, why are there cops like running through? And then the incident happened maybe like 20 minutes after that, and I'm like, and like keyed 2 and 2, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
Jesus. I always think about that moment, and I'm still like in disbelief, because a lot of my friends were also in Itaewon that day, and I remember like I was asleep. I'm not gonna lie, I fell asleep.
It's
I don't celebrate Halloween, y'all. So, So
I've never had this gut feeling ever. Like before, I used to celebrate Halloween. You
were always like, it's just a holiday.
Yeah, it's just a holiday.
Yeah.
But for some reason that year, something my gut was like, don't go. Like I don't know what was hitting me. I was something was like, now I'm just like, I think God. It was God. He was telling me just don't go.
For sure.
And then I even went on like a trip with my elementary school kids, and then that day I think we saw like a snake in the like I've never seen a snake before. We saw like a snake in the bushes, and I was kind of like, something, it just feels weird. Like everything
Yeah.
was just hitting me one after another.
Yeah.
And then I go to Halloween, that happened. I'm just like, I think that was a sign,
Might be a
honestly.
sign, yeah.
And then now I'm just like, yeah, I'm not gonna celebrate Halloween anymore.
You will, yeah. No.
Yeah, like
For me also, because I was invited to a Halloween party that day. But like the older I get, the more I'm just like, oh, Halloween's not for me. Like it doesn't align with my Christian beliefs and whatnot. By the way, I don't judge anybody who celebrates it. Your life is your life. Do you, boo? But I remember that night I didn't go out, but I saw a lot of my friends were outside. But I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go to sleep because I'm not gonna be outside. And the next day I woke up at like 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. The amount of calls that I had because people were like, were you in Itaewon? My dad was like, were you in Itaewon? Because it was worldwide news at that time. And then just like going on TikTok and going on YouTube and just seeing like the number of dead people is just going up and up and up. And you're just like, what? It's just so weird. This stuff never happens in Korea.
never.
And it's happening in an area that's like known for like fun, like
Exactly.
nightlife. It's like exciting and whatnot. But yeah, after that I was like, Halloween's never gonna be the same.
No.
Yeah, like rest in peace to anybody who passed during that time. But I can't imagine having to like be that parent who gets that call.
Oh my gosh,
That-
honestly.
Yeah.
It just feels like another day just going out, your son, your kid having fun, your friend having fun, and then you
Yeah,
just...
they're like, it's Halloween,
Yeah.
we dressed up. And then, oh, I just got shivers. Are there any other difficulties? Because that one was really difficult.
That was really difficult.
It's a big difficult, so yeah.
I'll say nothing topping that, of course.
For sure. For sure.
But,
Yeah.
like, honestly, I feel like I told you before, like, no lie, I haven't felt, like, any really difficulties in Korea. As
Also,
of yet.
yeah.
As of yet.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, 3 years is not that long.
Yeah,
to be
this is not that
honest.
young
Yeah,
to have,
yeah.
like, stories of, like, this happened. Like,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, as of yet, no.
Yeah, so you've been like on a high right now.
I've been on a high right now.
Yeah.
Like, I've nothing but good things to say. But again, to each their own. I always say to each their own. Okay.
Not difficulties. What have been some of your best memories in Korea?
Oh my gosh, best memories. Best memories.
Like, what's a significant memory? Like when you think Korea and why you're still here, what's that one memory that you can be like, this is exactly why I'm still in Korea right now?
Honestly, I think why I feel like I'm still in Korea is because one, I feel like honestly God blessed me with meeting the best people
Yeah.
that I can imagine, from people from teachers orientation who one, they've honestly actually helped me with grow my faith more.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, they helped me grow with my faith more. And then two, I think it's my school itself, the school and the teachers and like the kids and my community, because I live in, I'll say the city. I live in Gyeongju. I don't know if you want to do that.
Just say the bigger
thing. Yeah,
I live in Shmushmur.
Chungcheongnam-do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, somewhere there.
Yeah, somewhere there.
Yeah. Which is what, 2 hours away from Seoul?
An hour and a half?
An hour and a half.
An hour
Okay,
and a half.
yeah.
Depending where you are, an hour and a half. And just the Koreans that I met there. Honestly, I met a lot of gyopos too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my city has actually a lot of gyopos. Like
That's so
Korean,
random.
Russian, Korean, Argentinian, like so random.
It's a lot of mixtures going on.
It's a lot of
then.
mixtures
Yeah.
going on. So they've honestly just welcomed me
Yeah.
so much. Where I'm just like, okay, like they feel like my family. I feel like if I didn't have those group of friends or tight friends in general, I don't think I would have stayed as long as I have or I want to.
Yeah.
So yeah, honestly, I would just say it's just the group of people I have.
Do you think if you were ever to move to Seoul and work in Seoul, that group would change in terms of, do you think you would find the same group of people in terms of like niceness, familiarity in Seoul?
No.
Why don't you think that?
I feel like I'm not allowed to say soul people. I'm joking.
Are you though?
But these people, they're like, if I'm sick, is there anything you need? Like, we'll come and we'll bring you porridge, or we'll do this and that. Like, they actually act
Girl,
like
those don't exist in Seoul. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Those don't exist.
I didn't want to say it out of my own mouth.
I have never. Never in my life.
Didn't want to say it out of my own mouth.
I've lived in Seoul for the last 6 years. I've visited what, 2 years prior to me moving here, and Seoul, they don't got time for that.
Yeah.
They don't. Nobody has time to be bringing you porridge if you're sick. You'll get a text to go to the hospital. Like, that's all you're getting. Porridge, that is so nice
Porridge,
of them.
like even just last week, because I was sick for 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
I caught it from my kids. Because they be sick and not
Are you
wearing
okay?
masks. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Why start getting sick out here? What
No,
you got?
no. I don't have corona. I don't have that. I'm okay now. I'm okay now.
Girl.
I'm okay now. My voice is still getting there, but
But I
I'm
go
okay.
home and scrub your microphone. But wash that microphone.
That's how it is.
Before somebody
That's how you
gets sick. Gee.
No, I'm
That's,
okay
I
now.
always hear teachers do tend to get sick often.
Yes.
Because your
Because we were kids.
kids, you know,
Yeah.
not the cleanest.
Yes.
Yeah.
But wait, what were we talking about?
You got sick because of your kids, and we were talking about
Oh
porridge.
yeah, got sick with my kids, and then one of my teachers from elementary school, like he literally like came to my house because he knows like where I live and stuff like that. So he came with just the bag of the soup.
Yeah.
And I'm like, thank you.
Oh wow.
Literally.
And this is like a platonic.
Yeah,
Friend?
platonic.
Okay.
Platonic.
Yeah. Sounds like
platonic. Platonic.
okay. He could be a man. We don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it is a man, but platonic.
It is a man. Not my man.
Platonic.
My man.
Absolutely
Yeah,
platonic.
yeah.
Not my man. The school's man.
That's a schools man. He's a schools man.
He's a schools
That
man.
is so sweet of him.
Yeah,
though.
very nice. And like, even when I'm
Wow.
sick, like teachers would be like, honestly, don't come to class. It's
Yeah.
okay. They're like, rest. Like, it's okay. You don't have to come to class today.
Yeah.
Like,
And then you
telling
hear like horror stories from teachers in Seoul talking about like their coworkers don't care.
Yeah,
Like
see, that scared me too.
Oh
See, sometimes
my
when you do your research, it can scare you like that.
that's true. Yeah.
But I'm blessed.
Yeah.
Blessed with the schools that I got.
Jeez, do you
honestly.
see yourself
Blessed.
leaving that school?
No, which is why I haven't left yet. I was supposed to
Oh.
leave like maybe 2 years ago.
Oh, so you don't have like I feel like when people come to Korea, they all kind of want to live in Seoul, right?
Yeah.
because Seoul is where everything is.
That
at.
was my plan, honestly.
Yeah.
My plan was to do like 2 years and then apply again
Yeah.
to go to like Seoul and just a bigger city in general. But it's just I'm so comfortable to where I am. It's like even if I want to leave,
Yeah.
I'm like, would I get another school like
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Especially
Well, that's like the scary part.
That's the scary part.
Yeah.
And especially city kids. With what's happening now, I'm just kind of like, I don't think I can.
Yeah, I've heard city kids don't care. They do not care.
They do not
They'll
care.
say everything and anything. They don't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Country kids are the most.
They're sweet.
Sweet.
Even the people in the countryside are even
Yes,
sweeter
are
than
sweet.
Seoul people for
Yeah,
sure.
So
yeah.
second reason why I'm just like I don't think I will be moving or teaching in the city.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Do you feel like when you're living like outside in the countryside that you're missing something? Missing something in the aspect of like maybe like relationship wise or like social wise.
Relationship.
Oh, there's not like dating wise or what?
Dating
do you mean?
wise.
Dating. You don't date in that area?
That area, no. Because it's because I live near university, so they're all
The babies.
younger. Yeah, they're babies.
Yeah.
Like they look good, but they're babies.
Yeah.
I don't do younger guys.
Oh, me too,
I
girl. Me
don't.
too. Like your brain develops at 25, and women develop faster than guys.
Yes.
So that's my reason for never dating younger guys.
It's like yeah,
I'm like,
your brain is slow at developing.
Yeah,
so
you're still growing. Yeah, so I feel you on that. But have you tried like dating apps in that area?
My first came, I
Yeah.
did try like Tinder,
Yeah.
but my area is so tiny where it's like I feel like if I'm on the app,
Yeah.
I can go outside and meet that person like right here. So I always set my distance to like far, like somewhere outside, somewhere outside my city. But
Yeah.
it's just hard. Like guys are shorter too. They're younger, and it's just like it's non-existent.
Dang.
My relationship
So,
dating wise there.
In 3 years, you've just not dated then, or you have?
Nah.
Dang,
I've tried to talk to people and I'm just like, this is not it.
dang. But I live in Seoul, which it's definitely more accessible. Dating dating what? I don't want to say culture. Dating is more accessible in Seoul for sure.
For sure.
For sure. So you are definitely missing the
So-
dating aspect. I mean, I wouldn't. It's not good though.
It's so great.
The dating pool here is trash.
The dating culture here, the cheating culture is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Everybody and the mama cheat out here.
Yeah.
But would you want to be in a relationship, or are you just kind of like, nah?
I do now. Like before,
okay.
I won't lie. Even though I've had chances, dating for me was just like, just kind of like, why?
Yeah.
At the moment,
Yeah.
like I liked getting attention, but I didn't want to be in a serious relationship.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so bad to say.
You sound toxic. That's called toxicity. You want attention, but you don't want a relationship? Toxic.
I'm not now. I'm not a toxic person. I swear I'm not.
I'll let you know. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay.
But yes.
Yeah. Now you actually want a relationship.
Yeah, now I actually want a relationship.
Yeah. What about the church people? I feel like church is a very secure place to find. Well, depending on the church you're in.
Yes. Honestly, you're right. Like there are a few like, okay, like, you know, he's cute, like he's good looking, but it's like most of them in a relationship. So it's like, I'm not gonna just be out here praying like, okay, have them break it up or something.
Oh, no. Yeah, we can't do that.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, I'm just waiting, rather than being desperate and just dating. I don't like to date anyone just to date. Like I don't.
Desperation will lead you to that.
Yeah,
exactly. You just date anything and everything at that point.
Exactly.
I feel like church relationships do seem to like work out really well in Korea, especially.
My church, the amount of couples in my church, amazing.
It's
and
very,
the ones that got married around my age, our age already, too.
They get married very young in the church.
Very
young. And they have, I feel like they also tend to, from the outside looking in, have healthy relationships because it's based on like your relationship with God. And also you have like the pastor mentoring you and stuff like that.
Yes.
So it seems to work out more for sure.
Yes.
So you never know. Maybe that's where you'll find your person.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm just waiting for, you know, God's timing. So.
That's me too. I'm still waiting for God's timing.
Yeah. But sometimes I'm just like, okay, God, so when is that? When is it happening?
What time is it happening?
I'm here.
I'm like that type of person where I'm like, I'm very secure in my singleness. Like I don't mind being single because why not? Like it's okay to be single. But sometimes I do try the dating pool. Like I'll put my foot out and then I'll be like, put that foot back in. Put it back in. I'm just like, put it back in. 'Cause people just like playing, and I just don't want to play the game, you know?
Yes.
Sometimes I wish I was toxic, because I feel like if you're toxic and you just do not care, in Korea, you'll be able to date very well. Like,
honestly,
very freely.
no lie.
Yeah. Like, if you don't care, you're gonna find a man like ASAP, no Rocky. Like, super easy. It's when you actually care and you know what you're looking for, I think that becomes a lot harder. And because I'm Christian, I've noticed like just a lot of atheists. There are a lot of atheists, and so I just learned this word recently, agnostic. I never knew what the hell that was until like I started dating again. I'm like, oh, everybody's agnostic.
Is it the one where it's like you believe that you yourself are a god, or like you?
I know it ain't Christian. Agnostic. It's a person who believes that nothing is known or can be known of the existence or nature of God. A person who claims neither faith nor disbelief in God. So they're just kind of like, oh, I'm not sure if he's there. He could be there.
He could be there.
It's kind of that type of person.
Okay.
Look at me learning right now.
Look at me too learning.
I thought I knew. I just thought it was people who don't believe like God is of existence, but I guess they're in the middle.
Yeah.
But that's like another thing. People will be like, yeah, I'm agnostic. Oh, I'm spiritual. And there's nothing wrong with being those things, but when you know what you're looking for, it gets a lot harder, for sure.
Yes.
But now that you go to a church, I think that could be a little bit, I feel like your mind could be calmer because you're going to be around people who are of the same belief. But in Seoul, it's like when you're dating, it's just like introducing yourself constantly gets boring after a while. It's like the same question: what's your favorite color? What's your favorite season? Like, I'm tired of answering those questions.
Which is why it's like soul getting is not my kind of cup of tea.
I did
it once for the experience.
Oh, okay. How was it?
I liked it, but for me, the first 5 seconds I saw him, I knew it was almost an ex. Like for me,
was he like visually not your?
No, like he's good looking.
Oh, okay.
But for me, it's like I don't have a type, but it's like there has to be something there that pulls me.
Oh, okay. And the conversation was not pulling you?
The conversation was fun, but it was like as a friend, like I like to keep you as a friend. But for me, it's like within 5 seconds of looking at somebody, I literally differentiate. Okay, you'll be a guy friend, or like, oh, you're like a potential.
Dang.
I don't know what it is. It's like there has to be this pull. Like it has nothing to do with like how you look like. It's not like, oh, like every handsome boy guy I look at, I get pulled to. It's like no. It's like I don't know. There's something with the aura, the vibe that I get pulled to, and I'm just like, okay.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, right.
Because I feel like sogeting is supposed to be more, I guess it's not really about like the looks. It's more like you sit there and talk to each other and find a commonality. Did you not find any commonality with this person?
We had different interests, but it wasn't like it was that much of a problem. But it was just, I think it was, both of us just felt like friends vibes.
Ah, okay, I see what you mean. That's
like
understandable.
the conversation was fun, like laughing.
Yeah.
But it was like, I'm not attracted to
That,
you.
yeah, yeah.
Like honestly, when dating, personality is the most important, but I have to be attracted to you at a certain
Listen, I feel like everybody's like, personality is the most important. You're not going to go up to somebody you don't find attractive.
Yeah,
like, let's just start there.
Exactly.
You need to find that person outwardly attractive first before you talk to them. Every time I hear that, I'm like, yes, cat. Like, nah. Physical attractivity is like the first thing. Attractivity is not a word.
Yes.
Attraction is like the first thing for sure. But that's interesting. You said you wouldn't do soge things anymore?
No.
Why not?
It's just, it feels like an interview. For me, like I don't, if like, because we both know what the end goal is or what we're there for.
Don't you think that's safer though? Like safer in the terms of you're both looking for the same thing. You're not playing a game.
Both looking for the same thing, but it feels like sometimes I'm just like, what do I ask? Like I like having a natural conversation rather than be like, okay, so you know, what do you do for work?
Yeah.
What do you do? Like it's just like question after question after question.
Yeah.
And that's how it feels like an interview for me.
Okay.
Rather than I just meet you out of nowhere and like it just flows and then we just kind of like see where it goes.
Because I feel like most people tend to like actually want to do soge things because the end goal is clear, while as dating apps, there can be games being played.
Yeah, well, dating apps,
I feel like
100% no.
Oh, you don't do dating apps?
No. What I mean natural, I just literally mean like natural.
That's hard though.
Yeah, you see? Even my middle school grade 3 told me, he was like, yeah, you like Chamanchu, it's gonna be hard for you.
Yeah.
Like he told, I said, not a middle schooler telling me.
Even he knows the dating scene. He's like, you're not gonna find that.
Literally, it was like, damn. But yeah, it's just, I don't know.
People are always like, oh, it should be easy to meet a person, but I feel like it's not.
It's actually harder to meet naturally.
It's
like it
way
is harder.
Yeah.
But I just get like something. It just makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what it is.
Are you the type of person who can actually go up to a man that you find attractive? Girl, you're gonna be single your whole life.
No.
Girl.
You can do that?
No. Are you mad?
You're speaking as if I can. You're speaking as if me, I was just like, I just can't do rejection.
I can't.
Like,
I will throw up.
I can't do the rejection. That's why it's like, I applaud guys who is like...
Men?
I applaud you guys, you know, for taking the initiative because I can't.
I will physically say no. I will throw up in your face. I will throw up in your face. I've been rejected literally once in my life, and I was in middle school, and since then, never again. I was just like, yeah, kudos to men. Kudos to guys for actually getting up and going to someone they find attractive. And also rejection. Like the way some guys are just so okay with being rejected. Kudos to y'all.
Because honestly, it's not the end of the world. Like it isn't, but it's the end of the world
for me. It feels like I'm dying. Like hearing somebody say no, I'm just like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Bro, and that's why when I reject men, I try to be as nice as possible because I just know like how I would feel in their shoes because I don't like rejection either. You know? God, I can't believe you asked me if I can do it. No!
Because you were looking at me as in like,
No, because I know I'm going to be single for a while, so you're going to be single for a while. Like, I've had those instances where I find someone very good looking. This is how toxic I am, right? If I find you attractive and my type, I will never go up to you. If I find you attractive but you're not my type, I'll go up to you and tell you. I'll be like, wow, you're very handsome.
Like, I can tell a guy that I'm not feeling that you're attractive. As soon as the guy that I'm attracted to, I'm not going to say that.
Because it's all fun and games until they're like,
To me?
I'll start breathing.
I thought I was decent.
I've been told I'm kind of cute. I thought I was an ugly. Bro. I'll start following plastic surgery clinics. Because what? Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. But if you're not my type, and I don't even care if you're not my type, and I find you to be attractive, and I'll just go up to you and say it, and you completely ignore me, I don't feel any type of way.
Yeah, zero.
I'm just like, oh, at least I told you you're cute. Yeah, that's it. But whoo, the way my breath will be taken away if I told a man he's good looking and I like him, and he's like,
right. I feel like his head would just be big and just like. Just thirst? No, I can't.
Girl,
I can't.
That's why when I see like girls reject guys like in a very like snotty way, I'm just like,
honestly, like I would just be like, I'm sorry.
Oh,
For most, I'll just say like I have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Just to.
Well, I understand that sometimes some men just don't take no,
Yeah,
and you have to like
they
turn
don't.
up the heat a little bit. But I really appreciate men who just get rejected and move on with their life. They're just like, okay, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they just leave you alone. I'm like, your mom raised you very well,
Right?
sir.
If only I was attracted to you.
Right? I'm just like, if only you were my type. Have you ever thought of actually trying to just date someone who's not quintessentially your type? And just trying to see how that goes?
Well, that answers it.
Well,
I've tried.
Yeah.
I've tried. He was like short, very short.
Yeah.
Not even like 1 inch.
Yeah.
Very short.
yeah.
And it just felt like, oh, like
Something's
it's
missing. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. For me, I think I tried once before, and then he played me, and then I was like, I just got played by a man who is not even my type.
See, those are the ones where it's
It hurts
like
more.
you date an ugly guy and then he
plays you.
yeah, he plays you. Just like,
And I'm just like, I could be a murderer today. I will be an actual murderer today because it hurts more. I'd rather an attractive person
more.
play me because at least I found you attractive, right?
Yes.
If somebody I'm not attracted to plays me, I'm
and
like,
give you the chance.
so after that, I'm always like, this is my standard, and if you're not that standard, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Because you're not finna play me no more.
Oh, 100%.
I really want to meet someone who's like dating, like not married, because I've met a lot of people who are married in Korea. I really want to meet someone who's dating in current times and just see how their story started. Because I haven't met anybody recently who's dating successfully in Korea. Yeah. Everybody's having a hard time.
That's true. You know, I actually like, what's it called? What's 신청 in English?
신청? Sign up?
Yes.
Maybe like sign up?
Okay,
Yeah.
sign up. You know, for Nanin Solo, I actually got an email back from them. My friend, I think it was 2 years ago. They were going to have like a season. I don't know if it's foreigners were going to be in it, but like foreigners could apply, sign up.
Yeah.
So my friend saw it. She's like, "Go do it," and I did it. And then they sent me an email back, like all the questions. Yeah. And then, but it was a time where school was still going on, so I'm
so
like,
you couldn't stop.
Yeah. So the teachers were telling me, they're like, "Go do it,
Yeah,
go
do it.
But I sent it too late. I sent it like 2 weeks after they sent it to me. And
Girl, I would have been stuck on that TV watching you. But I also just feel like, because I've also had that like thing where people are like, oh, you should go on a dating show. And I just know my face will tell you what I'm thinking before I say what I'm thinking.
Yes.
Because I feel like most black women, we can't control our faces.
We can't.
Yeah.
The words and the face is different.
This, I would literally
matching.
just be there like, these people stupid. This is like, that's what I know. I can't be fake.
I can.
It's really hard for me to be fake.
My face has it all. I can't.
That's why I'm just like, I don't think I'm ready to see any black women on Korean dating TV shows. And also just the aspect, because I think there was a YouTube dating show that had a black girl in it. I don't remember the name of it, but it was like a YouTuber who made the dating show.
Are you talking about those two Korean guys that made that dating show?
It was like white girls, an Asian girl, and then there's like only one black girl.
Is it only Asian guys?
Yeah, only Korean men.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so there was that. And I remember like my subscribers were like, oh, Paris, you should join the next season. And I remember I saw one episode and I was like, yeah, nah. Because, nah. Because I was like,
I know what you're talking about. I think I know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
but I'm like, have you seen my face? Kudos to the people who have guts to do those type of shows. But yeah, the way my face works,
No.
Nah. And I have a smart mouth. Like,
yeah,
I have a really smart
I'm
mouth.
not taking no.
Y'all will start hating me immediately.
The
amount of hate that I will get, because I'll be like, you're not my type.
Yeah.
First of all,
Literally.
you're not my type.
Especially when they're doing the confessions. Yeah, there's nobody here I'm attracted to.
Bro, I have my glass of wine like, girl, did you see that? Like, no, I can't. I think maybe I just need to mature more or something. But my maturity level right now does not allow.
Yeah.
I feel like you would be a good candidate though.
Me?
Like, I feel like you're, like, you can see how not calm I am. I'm very, like, energy on 1000. I feel like you're very put together.
I'm calm, but again, I feel like my face will say it all. The face.
The microphone is fighting me still, guys. I just it's the face.
It's the face.
Face for sure. But oh my god, maybe someday. But is there anything that you wanted to say that you have yet to say? There we go.
No, honestly, I feel like I've said what I want to say, everything. So yeah.
I can't wait for you to like maybe end up moving to Seoul, and I just want to see like how life changes for you.
Yes, and it won't be teaching, because teaching is not for everything.
Ooh, child.
No, I'm giving it 2 years. I'm trying to do it 5.
Yeah.
I'm giving it maximum 5 years, and then I'm
other
on
thing.
to the next.
Listen, stack up your money and just move and do something else for sure.
Yes, 100%.
Stack up that money. Yeah. But anyways, guys, that was it for today's episode of Korea Unfiltered. Thank you so much, Isabel, for coming.
Thank you so
Girl,
much for
I had
inviting me.
tears in my eyes. Some parts of today's episode, I had tears in my eyes because I was like, what's going on? We're clearly very goofy people. Very goofy. So I still feel very naked. Sorry, guys. I'm really out there. We're very out there. But anyways, guys, if you are a YouTube subscriber, don't forget to like, subscribe, and that made no sense. If you're a YouTube viewer, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. If you're a podcast listener, don't forget to give us 5 stars so we can get up in the algorithm. Also, please subscribe, because apparently 80 to 90% of you guys are not subscribed.
Stalkers.
So, exactly. Call them out. Call them out. But anyways, guys, that was it for today's episode, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye, guys.